Hi, I'm Walter Collins with Exit One Stop Realty.
And I'm Valerie Womble with Exit One Stop Realty, and we're here with your September 2024 market update. All right, so we are looking at September to see what the numbers are telling us for this year compared to last year, Walter. Our average days on market right now is 67, which is about the same as last year. It was 63, so that really hasn't changed it very much. Our average sales price is up 3%. So once again, we've been saying prices are not going down. They're leveling out. We're not seeing the big jumps like we did before. But
exactly.
Yeah, average sales price last year was $442. This year it's $455. So that's the average for NEFAR, for Northeast Florida Association of Realtors. Sold listings, we sold 1,900 homes in the month of September, which is down 20% from this time last year. This time last year we sold 2,300 homes, so that's a big jump. We put 1,400 homes under contract versus 2,100 last year, so that's down 32%. Active listings, well, let's go with new listings first. In the month of September, we took on 3,017 homes, and active in our MLS right now, we have 10,733 homes, which is up 29% from this time last year. So one of the big things that we were talking about is we took on 3,017 homes, and how many did we sell? In the month of September, we sold 1,900. So that put 1,100 more homes back on the market to keep inventory up. But our absorption rate is only at 4.5%. So you can kind of
Yeah, it's still, that shows us we are, have not completely transitioned to a buyer's market. I feel like we're kind of even market right now.
We are, yeah.
Sellers are still getting good dollars for homes that are priced right, that are in great condition.
Yep.
But buyers are able to find deals out there.
Right.
And they're finding, I think sellers are much more willing to work with them, concessions, offering credits towards maybe the 2-for-1 buy down, 2-for-1 buy, 3-2-1 buy downs, or 2-1 buy downs. Interest rates have improved. Everybody, I think, expected once the Fed made that announcement that interest rates were going to drop all of a sudden, but mortgage companies anticipate that. And they had already been moving that way. I think one of the reasons we see the difference in the numbers from last year to this year is that first-time buyers program. It took a little longer last year to go through that money.
Right.
This year it flew through, I think, because the rates were good, and that people had been waiting around, that it just went super fast.
Right.
I think they were done within 2 months.
Yeah. I think another thing that when we really dive into this too, if we break it down by price point, that really makes a difference too. So depending on what price point you're in could really determine where you're going to be as far as what you're going to find on the market, how fast your homes are going to sell if you're selling. Like one of the very interesting things is homes over $1 million were up 5% from this time last year. So we're seeing that high-end market is still moving pretty steadily. But when you look at that average price of $455, I've had a couple of buyers in that market, and they go quickly, but there's a lot more options too. So it's finding what fits your budget, but also they don't want to do the renovations. We know how hard and difficult that's been with contractors and all of those things. We have some great vendors that we work with that will help you if you do find a home like that. But really, when you start breaking this down by price point, that really makes a difference too.
That might be one of the biggest difference of time on market compared to a few years ago. I mean, quite frankly, sellers could just put it out there.
Right.
And they would get it sold really quick.
Yep.
Now you really need to take those extra steps, fine tune things, make sure your maintenance is up to date, curb appeal, make sure that they get that wow factor when they're coming to your property.
Yeah, another interesting fact too is average sales price, like we mentioned in the beginning, is $455. The average list price is $528, which is down 0.5% from this time last year. So what we're seeing is you have to, as a seller, you got to be more realistic on what your price is. We would be able to put a house on the market and it would sell right away, like you were saying. But really getting with a professional and doing a market analysis to see where your house needs to be, where it will sell, makes a big difference on these numbers as well.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to speak on too, a lot of you guys out there have probably heard about the new buyer brokerage agreement. Guys, let me tell you, sellers are still willing to offer compensation. We're not running into the problem where we're having to have buyers pay the commission.
Right.
And there might be some scenarios where they want to negotiate it that way.
Right.
Might be smart for a cash buyer to do that. But we're not having the issue. Sellers still want their homes sold. They're willing to offer concessions to the buyers, which in a lot of times will cover that commission anyways.
Right.
So just guys, if you're in the market or near to being in the market, reach out to us. Reach out to one of our agents. Let's talk about what's going on. Don't be too late, because when these interest rates start going down more, which there is talk about that happening, things will pick up,
Right.
and then all of a sudden that market's going to shift again.
Yeah, and as you can see from these numbers, there's a lot that goes into trying to figure out where you need to be and what to help you meet your goals and where that what that means and when. So we would love to sit down with you if you're looking to buy or sell and kind of see where you would be and if it's a great time for you, or if maybe you need to wait. That may be something that we could help you decide what that timeline looks like for you as well. So.
That's right. Everybody's situation's different.
Yep.
Let us help you maneuver that.
Yep, we'd love to help you.
Have a great day.